Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing this evening? Whoa, I'll give you a study break, Miss Tina. It is freezing in Kentucky. Freezing. But tonight, I'm going to make a wreath that's going to help warm us up, okay? Hello, Miss Beck. Comments are finally rolling in. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Betty. What's going on tonight? All right, for those of you that want to know how I loaded my board, there's your screenshot. Now, I'm just going to tell you tonight, you could definitely use zip ties to do your project. You just kind of got to follow along. It'll take you a little bit of prep work to do it. But tonight, I'm going to show you how to make the most out of leftovers. Kind of like my favorite thing. Okay? All right. And some of y'all, when you see some of the leftovers that I'm going to use, you're going to be like, I put that out in a tote, and I'm going to tell you, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Okay? All right, let's get started. Hey, Sha, what's up? Okay. I was trying to wait for my Miss Tina, but, you know, like, we're going to get started. We're just going to start on the outside row. And I've cut my mesh 20 inches for the outside row. Okay? And we're just going to ruffle this up. And I'm here to tell you, this wreath is going to be super easy. I like doing what I call a stash buster wreath. It's kind of like when you quilt. If you know anybody that quilts, they get kind of a stash of fabric. And it's a Mod Podge of this, Mod Podge of that, Mod Podge of this, Mod Podge of that. And eventually it collects. Okay? So we're going to kind of take a collection of things that have gathered up. And put them together. Okay? Let go. And I love this sign because, you know, the spring floral stuff is already 40% off at Hobby Lobby. So it was really, really inexpensive. Oh, thank you, Margaret. He is pretty stinking cute, isn't he? I just love my little Buster. Oh, there he is. You know, I used to go live and Buster would sit behind me. And then he quit doing that. There's that handsome face. And I don't know why. I think he just kind of got tired of, like, who are you talking to? I think he thinks that I'm a crazy lady when I'm live. He's like, this woman talks to herself. And he just doesn't want to participate. How are things in Louisiana, Miss Mary? Oh, there's my Tina Kelly. Oh, you know what, Mary? I keep trying to get Tiffany down to Louisiana for crawfish season. Because she asked me long time ago. And I'm kind of like, you know, if you're going to try something for the first time, try it the right way. She's never had crawfish. She wants to try it. Well, we keep trying. Right now we're snowed in. And flooded in. What was water is now ice and snow. Yeah, somebody tell Lori to come down here and get her weather. It's on my doorstep. All right, my friends, if you wanted to, because this is a large sign, if you could stop and just put an outside layer of mesh on. Okay? Y'all see that? Just one layer of mesh, 10 pieces, cut 20 inches. Will do the trick. Okay? But we're going to put mesh on the inside, and that's to hold my sign up because this one is heavy. It's a little bit heavy. And that's to hold my sign up because I don't want it squishing my ribbon down. I don't like a squishy wreath, okay? So, that's why we're going to put an inside layer of mesh on. But tonight we're going to put our ribbon on first because I know I'm not going to put ribbon on the inside. So we'll go ahead. And then that way you can see how I put my ribbon in a little bit better. Okay? So let me show you. We have, and I'm going to show you, I haven't done this in a long time. And this is basically how I used to make my wreaths when I started out. And then I kind of changed up my style a little bit. All right. But basically what I have here is a bunch of leftovers. Okay? And believe it or not, we're going to use leftover Christmas ribbon. Okay? But I don't look at it as Christmas ribbon. I look at it as it's a color. that is watermelon colors as far as I'm concerned, okay? And there's not much left on these rolls, okay? But what we're gonna do is I only need 5 pieces of each color. And we're gonna cut it 14 inches. Ow! Let's go. Excuse me. There are certain colors in your Christmas ribbon you should never put up. Red and white is one of them, because you can use it for patriotic. And green and white, well, get green, lime, you can use it for, as you can see, you can use it for watermelon. This is going to be an awesome, fun wreath when we're done. And it's going to get rid of some rolls of ribbon that are just laying around doing nothing in my world. When I first started making wreaths years ago, I needed the money. So I couldn't just run out and buy supplies every time I turned around. I had to make the most of everything I got, so everything that I did had a specific plan. I knew how much mesh I needed to buy and everything like that. And it changed the way I looked at seasonal ribbon too, or so I thought. And I just started seeing color. I didn't see just Christmas ribbon anymore. I saw, oh, that's watermelon. Like, look, y'all. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 bundles, and we're going to go every other. And alternate them. I have been blamed for a lot of things that people have bought over the years. Hashtag Jackie's fault. Alternating your ribbons like this is going to make it a whole lot more fun. By using 2 different pairings. Yeah, I kind of got away from doing this for a while just because I'd done it for so long. I just wanted to do something different for me. But every now and then it's a good thing just to come back to where you started. Because sometimes where you started, you forget some things that you used to do. Anybody else snowed in? In Kentucky, we're more than snowed in. We have roads closed because of flooding now, snow and ice. I have a question. Other than wreath making, what other crafts do y'all do? I probably need to learn how to meditate to de-stress, but that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. All right, now that we got the outside of our wreath going, we're gonna cut mesh for the inside, and we're just gonna cut 10 pieces at 15 inches. Did I lose count? That roll was actually short, so good thing we didn't need any more than that. All right, so the center row, now like I told y'all from the beginning, you could stop, as you can see, okay? But I want that mesh in the middle to support my sign, okay? Because it does have some weight. I don't want my sign pushing on my ribbon. So that's why we're going to put some mesh in the middle. It's an added support. Oh, congratulations, Tina. Is anybody new with us tonight? Well, for anybody just coming in, just a quick recap. The mesh on the outside row was cut 20 inches. The mesh for the inside row is 15 inches. And the ribbon tails were cut 14 inches. Yeah, I was out and about the other day, and I was finally close to a Hobby Lobby, so I poked my head in. And when I saw that sign, I was like, oh, that'll get rid of some of the ribbon in my stash. Love it. I think my voice is trying to leave me, y'all. I can't blame it. Excuse me. I left my coffee in the kitchen, y'all. And I really need it right now because I need a sip of something. And my poor husband is outside cleaning the vehicles off. All right. We're going to cut this off. And then to save the beads for later, because you never know, like, I'm just going to tie the knot in an end to keep them from flying off. And then to attach my sign to the board. Like I said, this sign's kind of heavy. I'm just going to tell you, I would not recommend using cable tie mounts on this. Get a stapler, y'all. And I only use 1/4 inch staples. And I'm going to take, instead of just cutting all my pipe cleaners off in the center, because I know I'm not going to use them, I'm just going to push them to the center and put my sign down. And I'm going to set my sign up just a little bit high, just a little high, because of my bow, because I'm going to put a bow down there. All right. As my sign goes sliding down. Come back here. Don't run away from me. How dare it run away from me? Did y'all see that? It was running away from me. the beautiful things that I'm going to do with it, it wants to run away. Can y'all believe that? At one point in time, when I first started making wreaths, I think the sign should have ran away from me, but not anymore. Because when I'm done, it's going to be beautimous. So there's no reason for it to run away anymore. Because believe you me, I've come a long way in my wreath making journey. Hello from California. Warm, sunny California. Did y'all not send me to the Derby tonight? Hello, Miss Janice. How are you? All right, we're going to throw down with our bow first, and then we're going to finish the wreath off. And maybe, I would love to get my voice back, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to run and get my coffee, y'all, so I can hopefully get some of my voice back. Hold on. Well, hello, Miss Darby. All right. So like I said, we're dealing with a bunch of leftover ribbon. And I thought it'd be cool to put some checker ribbon on there. This is actually left over from my own Christmas tree. I did, Miss Tonya. What do you mean? What do you mean show how I attach the sign? All right, so there's some checkered ribbon. Oh. The holes I used are up here at the top. These two for the top, and these two for the bottom. Kind of checking to see how much ribbon I have left on the roll real quick to see where it can go in my bow. That one isn't enough for anything. Just a ribbon tail. You know what? We're not going to do that because I just remembered I have a ribbon I can substitute. I just got to get it. And it will kind of give the same appearance. And that'll get some more ribbon out of my stash, believe it or not, because there's not much left on this roll, so I'm okay with that. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 loops. Actually, because I'm going to use so much ribbon here, I'm just going to do 1 loop of the red polka dot. Like I said, I'm trying to get rid of some ribbon. So now we want to bring in the multicolor. I know when I get rid of ribbon, that means I can finally buy more. Because I don't keep a ribbon stash anymore, y'all. I don't. I used to have thousands of rolls of ribbon, and I don't anymore. I've gone to buy by the project. As I do a project, I buy the ribbon and things that I need. And use leftovers. I kind of need to put some more black in, y'all. Ooh, that's not enough to make loops with. Yeah, it kind of takes a little bit more time to use up leftovers because it takes a whole lot more thought process to add it in. But you know what? It's worth it. Another roll bites the dust. Ooh, this is going to be a fun looking bow. By the way, if you have a Christmas wreath that hasn't sold and has these colors in it, I have taken wreaths that didn't sell at Christmas sometimes, and I buy watermelon sign, and I kind of give it a little bit of a makeover. Just a tip. It's lime green. All right, we're going to do 3 loops of the red to polish this off, I hope. And we made it. And I think to kind of give it a summer look, we're going to add in some of this ribbon that was from another project. It was from one of the Unique in the Creek kits. And we'll also do 3 loops of it. All right, for those of you that don't know, didn't like, when I started this live with y'all, or I showed you the stack of ribbon that I had here, it was a pretty good stack of ribbon. And this is what I have left. All right. So now I'm going to go straight to the bottom with this. And the reason I'm just going straight to the bottom is because this sign is so long. And I'm only adding flex tube after this point. All right. Come back here. My bow's trying to run off. Like, let me fluff you first. You're going to be beautiful, honey. Yeah, if you don't have the hand strength, like, use zip ties, y'all. Don't just use a pipe cleaner. Use a zip tie for your ribbon. All right, you don't want to pull your bow in too far. You just want to pull till you get resistance. And this is where I put my bow, just below my sign, and tuck in my pipe cleaners just to keep the appearance of my back of my board clean. And then I start at the bottom fluffing my bow. I work my way from the bottom up. And initially, I'm just going to kind of like set my tails free. I'm going to pull them out of the way of my loops. And then after I do that, then I'll get to the business of like really shaping my bow. Yeah, I like the welcome ones. The welcome sign ribbon sets. Ta-da, pretty bow. All right. What y'all think so far? All right. And to make this wreath super fun, the last thing we're going to add is some flex tubing. When you cut flex tubing, my friends, don't pull on it. That will not be an accurate measurement. But I'm going to cut 10 pieces of flex tubing, 24 inches. That's the black and white. And now I'm going to add some red. And the flex tubing is even left over from other projects. Three. Yes. How can I help you? Is there a problem I need to be aware of? Buster's back here looking at me, shaking his tail, y'all. What's up? All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to put one of each color. Going to put the open end and the close end. Just like that. And fold it up like a bow tie. And we're going to put one of each of these into our pipe cleaner. And when you're done with your pipe cleaner, you don't need to snip it, y'all. Just tuck it out of the way. It's gone. Now, like I said, with planning, you can use your zip ties to do this. You just got to cut your ribbon and mesh and all that and put it all in at one time, which is not a problem. But the flex tube just kind of brings a little bit something extra to the party. Kind of takes the blandness away of just ribbon. Now, if you wanted to use just ribbon, that's fine, y'all. You only need to cut your ribbon 12 inches. Yeah, I was talking to my dog. He's up here giving me this serious look like there was something we needed to discuss. He doesn't come behind my work area very much anymore, so that's why I was like, is there something we need to talk about, pal? Because I was like, they had dinner right before I went live. Now, coming into spring arts and crafts shows, y'all, this gives you a wreath that will hit a less expensive price point. And will give somebody like they're getting a lot of bang for their buck because of how big this is. I think he's distraught because my husband's outside. He can't see what my husband's doing. Buster's kind of a nosy dog. He's the one that follows you around just to see what's going on, what you're doing. He's my nosy Rosie. The good thing is he doesn't try to come into the bathroom with me. The bad thing is like he's a lurker, and you know he's right outside the door. He doesn't want to come in, but he's just sits out there like just to make sure everything's okay. He stands guard. My husband's coming back in the house now, and Buster's talking to him about the situation. He's like, you were outside for too long. I couldn't see you. I didn't know what you were doing. By the way, the other thing that the flex tube accomplishes in your wreath is so that your bow isn't the fluffiest and tallest thing on your wreath. It adds just that right amount of fluff to the wreath so your bow doesn't stand out like a sore thumb either. Because, you know, what you see like on the camera and in person is two different things. But as you can see, how the flex tube kind of is level with the bow, it adds that fluffiness. Without the flex tube, the bow would stand up off the wreath like a sore thumb. Where is it? And then last, but certainly not least, my one zip tie. Ta-da! Said nice and simple, easy peasy. It does. And it put a nice touch of black all the way through the wreath. And there's other leftovers that I could use in this wreath. Believe me, there is, from Christmas. Believe it or not, there is a ton of stuff, excuse me, from Christmas that I could use in this wreath. But I wanted to show y'all simple, nice. Why not? Y'all know what I mean? All right, my friends, y'all have a great rest of the week. I will be seeing y'all Saturday. And as always, we'll make something beautiful and over the top. The sign came from Hobby Lobby. Like, now that I regret only getting one. But, y'all, it's like hard for me to walk around stores these days because I'm in so much pain. So when I go into stores, like, my thought process is, and yeah. So I just love the sign. I knew I had leftovers to go with it, and I got out of the store. But now that I got the sign, I can send Mr. Chocolate. Can you get me a couple more of these? Because I think I should show y'all. This sign is so fun. I think I should show y'all how to do a big over-the-top, really over-the-top wreath with this sign. Because I think it's always good when you go to craft shows too, that you have a simple wreath at one price level with one sign and an over-the-top wreath. That way your customers or future customers, sometimes it's future customers, can see what they're getting for your price level. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because some people won't like the over-the-top, but you can direct them to this. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of the week. I will see y'all Saturday. Bye, y'all.